LighT coming in with his shuttle, dropping off his Zealot, gets hit. High Templar gets chopped off, it gets nailed. High Templar gets out of its own shuttle just before it gets the shuttle gets taken out, and two perfectly well placed storms takes out the entirety, pretty much the entirety of that SCV line. Just a few SCVs left with just a few hit points, and so Gretorp losing more of his economy here, losing a lot of his SCVs, forced to pull more SCVs from his main base into his natural. Now his natural is just in really, really bad shape, and now Gretorp pretty much just has one option. He has to counter. If he does not counter, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. Of course, LighT, huge army just outside his natural expansion, but Gretorp, the only way he's going to get back into this game, because his economy is in such shambles right now, he's either got to play defensively, or he's got to start harassing a lot more, because right now he's going to lose this game. His economy is vastly inferior to LighT. LighT has 3 bases. Granted, so does Gretorp, but Gretorp just barely got his 3rd base online. LighT has had his 3rd base for quite a while, and really LighT should be looking towards taking a 4th base. Again, I recommend the island expansion, but he could very well take the 3 o'clock location if he so deemed. He might want to consider pulling those Dragoons out of that area as well. That's 8 food, 8 supply sitting right there. LighT trying to do some kind of mini push up at the top left with just a really teeny tiny Dragoon army. Maybe he's not willing to show Gretorp exactly the extent of how much troops he has. And now you can see LighT, lots of Zealots, lots of Vultures planted on Spider Mines though. And LighT better not make the same mistake he did last time. Last time, a lot of those Zealots got picked off by Spider Mines before they even got in close. Quite a few Zealots got picked off. More Zealots coming in, and LighT did a great job staggering his Zealot line this time. A lot more Zealots made it through without being picked off, and LighT is going to be able to break through this tank line, forcing Gretorp to pull back. Zealots doing their job, forcing those Vultures to move out of position. A lot of siege tanks getting picked off. LighT pulling back, and actually trying to move into the into the top left-hand corner. Dragoons are going to be able to push right past these siege tanks. Unfortunately, Dragoons keep wanting to target that Vulture. Vulture at 1 HP. Lucky guy. Oh, not so lucky anymore. And now Gretorp trying to reinforce with more siege tanks, trying to get on the high ground. LighT, not that many troops left, and he's not going to be able to continue all the way to the top left-hand corner. But he did take out quite a few siege tanks there. That was a very good. That is how you do a break. That's how you break a Terran line right there, a Terran defense. He did a nice job staggering his Zealots, was able to get them in. But Gretorp, great responsive time. He had these 3 siege tanks that were over here, got them up on this high ground to keep blasting out those Dragoons, preventing those Dragoons from moving towards the top left-hand corner. Great job so far, just constantly reinforcing, doing a great job. I do feel he needs to start harassing a little bit more if he's going to want to try to do damage to LighT's economy, because right now LighT's economy has just been going full bore. You can see 2 Arbiters out. Yep, okay, there's the Stargate, so I haven't been paying too much attention to LighT's base, and that's my fault. LighT, though, unfortunately, I don't know why he doesn't have a bigger army. I mean, granted, he just lost his army, but he's got... Well, he's only got 7 gateways. That is kind of low for 3 base Protoss, with the 4th now coming in. 7 gateways is a good number, but he's definitely going to start wanting to get a few more gateways to help spend that cash. Gretorp in the meantime has 6 factories, which is a good number for Terran on 3 base, able to produce very quickly with that number. His natural expansion is almost gone though, so Gretorp is going to be looking to securing himself another expansion. LighT taking the 9 o'clock location, so Gretorp might be moving towards the 3 o'clock location. We'll just have to find out. Of course, Gretorp could just push in, take out this 9 o'clock location, and set up base camp himself. We'll see what happens. Gretorp has seen the Arbiters, as you can see, because of all the random turrets being placed all over the map. And Spider Mines being set up inside of Gretorp's main base. Not too much protecting this mineral only. I bet 1 ComSat could reveal to Gretorp a weakness in LighT's defenses here. LighT does have 2 groups of units placed to intercept any vultures, but still you get about 7 vultures and they'll kill a lot of pros before you can get in there to defend. LighT, realizing the weakness, puts up 2 proton cannons to help defend. Now you can see Gretorp slightly on the offensive. Looks like he kind of wanted to push out a little bit just to see what was out there. Lost a couple of vultures. But it looks like Gretorp is maxing up to do a push here. You can see how his forces are all centralized in his location. Granted, this is the best area to put your forces to defend your natural and your top left base, but it's also a great positioning to push out from as well. I don't know if he knows that there's an expansion here at the 9 o'clock natural, but he could easily push out that way, and looks like he might be doing that. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little congested to you. I think I might be getting a little bit sick, so sorry about that. So LighT at 200 food now. That's a great time for an Arbiter recall drop, and we might see. Oh, ouch! Zealots and Dragoons are into a couple spider mines here. Oh no, High Templar! Oh, 1 High Templar gets picked off. That's gonna alert the Gretorp that forces are moving around. Second group of units here trying to prevent Gretorp from pushing in on this location. Gretorp has been able to mass up quite a decent sized army. He's about 50 food less than LighT, but LighT has his army split. You can see LighT pulling his forces back. Now, really, you can't let a Terran player in the early game doing a contain. It's tough, but it's easily breakable, given the right kind of timing. But in this kind of a situation where you try breaking a Terran push this late in the game, boy, it's a lot tougher. But Gretorp overextended his lines a little bit. He's done a great job positioning his siege tanks, though. 1 storm can't hit more than 1 siege tank. So Gretorp overextended his lines just a little bit, trying to push on that 9 o'clock location. Lost quite a few troops, but he's able to prevent LighT from penetrating any deeper into his territory. LighT, unfortunately, still at only 7 gateways. It's kind of interesting why he's only at 7 still. He really needs to throw down. He needs to have at least 9 to be. Oh, nice EMP coming off from that science vessel just before he gets stasis. Able to, but still, stasis hitting a lot of those Goliaths, and those siege tanks can prevent Gretorp from pushing on that 9 o'clock location. Except LighT's army is completely gone. And now you can see LighT realizing, oh crap, I have all this money and nothing to spend it on. Puts down 6 more gateways at the 9 o'clock location, and that's going to help him do 2 things. One, if he can get these gateways up in time, is to help attack and defend this location, and then also help for flanking in case Gretorp decides to head for LighT's mineral only or natural expansion. You can see LighT getting the upgrades, +1 to weapon to 2/2 on Gretorp. Gretorp pushing in, trying to push in. Stasis finishing off on the science vessel, going to help those Goliaths pick off that observer. Now Gretorp pushing in on the 9 o'clock location. Gateways just barely finished. Dark Templar and Zealots being produced. Unfortunately, with the science vessel nearby, and not to mention 4 command centers with plenty of comsat. A 5th going up, actually. Going to be very tough for those Dark Templar to do any sort of damage. So LighT, realizing that he needed more gateways to help produce troops, put them at the 9 o'clock location. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too late, and now I think that LighT is going to lose these gateways, and I don't think there's going to be too much that he's going to be able to do about it. Dark Templar trying to come down. Unfortunately, science vessel in the vicinity, not going to be able to do too much with those Dark Templar. LighT also going to lose his gateways here, or at least that pylon. That's going to shut those gateways down. LighT tried to counter this mineral only, unsuccessful.